Hello everyone, welcome back. So this session is not going to be a code along session. It is not going to be a code along session because now you guys have done so many, guys have learned so many stuff that it is time for you to start coding yourself. Of course, with the hints. Okay, so in this session, I will be giving you hints. I will be guiding you that what needs to be done, but everything you will be putting it together and then show it to me next class. Discuss your doubts and concerns. I believe at the end of this video, you will be happy to see what you could achieve at the end and that to yourself. Okay, so to begin with, let me share my screen with you. So we are going to create this car racing game. Arna, this is for you. Okay, let me run it and show it to you. How does it works? So this is the car racing game. This is the landing page. When you click on a start, you will see 5 cars. First thing, my background is changed. It is changed to a car racing track. And we have these 5 cars. And this is the flag. You can assume it as a start flag, and this black line is the finishing line. Okay, so when you click on this flag, the cars runs. If you notice, all the cars are running with different speeds, and whatever car is winning, it shows a message as well, that car 1 wins or whatever the message is. Let me reset and run it again for you guys. Okay, so I click on a start. Click on this flag. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3 and start. So this time, let's see which car wins. This time, computer 2 wins. So basically, I have given the name to my computer, these cars, computer 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like this. So this is the game that we will be creating, or basically you will be creating. I will just give you some hints or guidance that how you need to make it. So this is the game that we are supposed to create during this session. I believe all of you should be able to understand how do we create this landing page. So I'm not giving you any instruction on how do you create this landing page. I will just give the instruction as create your landing page. You know what needs to be done in creating a landing page. So when we create a landing page, we have an event when run, which is basically the default event that comes, which means when the project is start running. You all know this. So when run, what we will have to do, when run, we should create a landing page. Something like this. Okay. When you are creating your landing page, you have a start button. Okay. Make sure to have a start button or any sprite that could be used as a sprite button. So when you click on that particular button, your game should start. Make sure to have a start button or any other sprite to begin the game. Okay, fine. So that's all. These are the 2 steps when that you need to perform on when run. Okay, so now you have this start button. When start button is clicked, we will have to now implement this event. What do we do when the start button is clicked? When the start button is clicked, of course, first thing we should change the background. We should so I'm clicking on start. What happens? Okay, so you all know how to change the background. So yes, change the background, remove the sprites, hide the title screen. These are the standard things. Okay, and then start putting these cards. One thing we will have to be very clear when we are putting these cards, we need to be very clear that we are using this command to create the sprites, not this one, because when we are creating this, when we are using this command to create a sprite, there is no name given to that particular sprite. And in this case, we want a name to be given to my car so that we can understand which car is winning. And when at the end we display the message that which car is winning, we can put up a message accordingly. So we should use this block. We should use this block to create a named sprite. And all of you know how we can give it a different name, but let me show it to you again. See, for example, car 1. So what will happen in this case? A new sprite will be created, which will have the name car 1. Okay. Similarly, we can create other sprites with name. So this car, another car will be created, which will have name car 2. So you can give a name as you wish. You can give them name as car 1, car 2, or you can probably give them the name of your friends, so Arna, RV, and whatever friends you have, you can name your cars accordingly, and it could be a racing game among your friends. So as you wish. Okay, so fine. So hide the title screen, create the named sprite, named car sprites. Okay, important that you are creating a named car sprite. It has to be named as I showed you now. Okay, when you have the named car sprite, so in this case, do you see this car is actually going in this direction, while in my car racing track, it needs to go upwards. So I will have to turn it, you will have to resize it, all that you know how to do. So make it meaningful, make it good looking, so that it looks like an actual game. So turn the cars, set the size as needed, if needed. Yeah, I set the size if needed. So basically, and position them also. So you will have to create the named car sprite, turn the car, set the size as needed, and position them. Once you have done all this, you will have something like this, a racing car track with these 5 cars, 5 named cars. What next? Next, we should create this finishing line and this begin flag. Okay, so my steps will be, again, create a finishing line, right? So this finishing line is sprite. I just draw it myself. You can also draw it myself. So just go to costume, new costume, and draw your own. You can create a finishing line something like this. You can give it any color or whatever. Make sure that you crop it, because if you don't crop it, its size is big enough, and before the car is actually touching this black bar, it will assume the event that the car is already touching it, because it is touching the transparent area outside the line. So create this sprite. Okay, so create a finishing line sprite and create a start flag sprite. Reposition everything above 2 sprites needs to be resized position that you will have to see. Resize and position them. Okay, so this as well, number 8, you need to resize and position them. So good, we have this ready, this entire my screen ready. What next? Next, we want, when I click on this start flag, my cursor should start moving towards north direction, right? So I will, of course, will have to take this new event when start flag is clicked. Okay, don't worry, I will share this file as well with you guys. So you will receive this file as well. Okay, so when start flag is clicked, what do we want? When start flag is clicked, my car should start moving north direction. Okay, and there should be a message. But before the message, we will see how the car should start moving in the north direction. One thing we need to notice, the cars are moving towards north direction, but they're not moving with the same speed, right? So let me again show it to you. They are not moving with the same speed. One car is moving with less speed, another car is moving with more speed. So we have done this in the class. How do we do it? But I will be showing it to you again. So run. Okay, speed of all the cars are different actually. Fine. So what should be my next step? When start flag is clicked, the cars should start moving in north direction. But now there is a catch. If you just put the behavior that start moving in north direction, what will happen? So let me show it to you. Let me put up a car sprite. Okay, already there is a car sprite. We will work just with this car sprite to show you or to demonstrate you. So I will turn it. Okay. And then resize it. Position also. We'll do that. Set size. Okay, so we have this car now. Let me reposition it somewhere here. If I'm giving it this behavior, okay, if I'm giving it this behavior, sprite begins. This is the default behavior. Moving north. If I give it this behavior, let's see what happens. Let's make another car so that we understand it better. All these three commands. So we have these two cars, red car and yellow car. Okay, let me run it and position. Yes, we should change the position as well. So let me run it and show it to you. Both the cars are moving with the same speed. All the time, both the cars are moving with the same speed. So how does it become a racing game? The car should actually move with a different speed, right? So what we will do with this? We will not use this moving north behavior. We will create our own behavior. Okay. So what we will do, we will go to behaviors and we will create a behavior. We will create a behavior. We will name it as, you can name it anything. Any meaningful name you can give it. So I am naming it moving at north with random speed. Okay. Okay, so we know how do we move the sprite. So we will have to just put that command. Move this sprite. Which is sprite? This is sprite. Here it says 10 pixels north. We will not use 10 pixels north. We will remove it. And what we will do, we will go to math and we will take this random integer. So move this sprite with which speed? The speed could be any random integer between 1 to 100. Here we don't want it to be 100. So let me make it, say, for example, 15, between 1 to 15 and save. So now we will be using this behavior. What will happen when we are giving this behavior to a sprite? Both the cars or both the sprite will take a different speed. They may take any speed between 1 to 15 pixels towards north. So let me run it and show it to you now. Okay, so you can see this yellow car was fast enough. Okay, this time both were almost equal. This time red car is fast enough. But somehow, yeah, this time red car is fast enough. Okay, so I showed you how do you create this custom behavior so that speed of your cars is different. Let's go back to my pseudocode. When the car starts moving, when the start flag is clicked, the car should start moving in north direction with random speed. Okay, this is important. Fine. So the car started moving in the north direction with random speed. Very good. So it's not car, the cars. We have, we have 5 cars in this example at least. This example which we are following, we have 5 cars at least. Okay. So the cars started moving in the north direction, but now we will have to announce the winner. So to announce the winner, what we will do, we have a finishing line. We will have to implement the event when the car is touching the finishing line. So that we will have to implement for all the 5 cars. Say, for example, here we have 5 cars. So this event we will have to implement 5 times. When yellow car is touching this finishing line, when red car is touching this finishing line, when green car is touching this finishing line, blue and black. like that. Okay, because yeah, all these five sprites are different, so you will have to implement them one by one, so that you know how to implement. Nothing new. So implement when the sprite, when these cars are touching the finishing lines. But what after that? Okay, what after that? When the car is touching the finishing line. What do we want to do? When the car is touching the finishing line, what do we want to do? We want the car to stop. First thing, we want to stop the car. So for this, what we will do? For this, we should use this from behavior, sprite stops. Okay, so what we had done, we had when run is when the program or the game runs, we have given it a behavior that it's which says moving north and moving north with random speed. Okay, but when the car is touching the black bar, or my finishing line, it should stop. How do we do that? Let me show that as well to you. Okay, so let's create a, we already have it. Very good. Okay, so we already have it. Let me put it up. We need not this one to create as a named sprite. Okay, we will have to position it. We will also have to resize it. Say 300. No, it is not covering the entire area. So according to your sprite, you can see what size you want to give it. So now we will have to implement this when the one sprite is touching another sprite. So in this case, car, but okay, fine. So we can should not use it like this now, because we have used the named sprite. So I will remove this when from here. I will go to sprite and I will pick this one, this block. Okay. Instead of my sprite, we will use car one. When my car one is touching the, oops, sorry, that was needed. When my car one is touching the finishing line. So yes, I will have to get it back. Is touching the finishing line. What do we want? We want that a sprite, my car one, that is my car one, should stop moving in the north direction. It should stop. It is the finishing line now. So this car one should stop. What it should stop is it should stop moving with random speed. Okay, so let me show it to you. I will run it and show. So you see this, we have implemented it for car one. So my car one is stopped. We had not implemented it for car two. My car two is not stopped. Okay, so this is something you will have to implement for all the 3, 4, 5 cars, how many cars you have in your project. What next? How do we announce the winner? How do we, how your project or your program will come to know which car is the winner? So there we will be using the logic. Stop the car by using the stop behavior command. Okay. How the program will come to know which car is winner? This is the trickiest part. Okay. So for this, first let me implement this for this part as well. Okay, so now both will stop. Let me show it to you. Now both the cars will stop. But if you see, very easily you could recognize this red car was the winner. But how this program will come to know that red car was the winner? So for this, what we will do, we will take a variable which will store the value of if the game is over or not over. So what we will do in this case, we will have to recognize if any of the car has touched this finishing line. Okay, then other car is not the winner. But if this is the first car which is touching this finishing line, then of course this car is the winner. So we will use a variable. We will use a Boolean variable. Okay, we will use it at the time of, we will initialize it at the time of, when my project is initializing. So we'll rename it to, say, for example, game over. Okay, and we will give it a value. We will go to logic and we will give it a value false. So initially, of course, my game is not over. It is starting. When my game gets over, when one car is touching another, when at least one car, when the first car is touching this finishing line, then we will set this or reset this value to game over is equals to true. So how do we recognize it here? So my car will stop definitely, but how do I know if my car one is the winner car or not? So of course, I will take logic. I will take this, okay, and we will go to variables and we will see if game over equals to, we can actually do it like this also, is equals to false. Okay, it means the game is still not over and my car has reached to the finishing line. And it means this is the first car which has reached to the finishing line. And we will say if game over is equals to false, it means this is the winner car. So what we will do first thing, we will put up a message, something like this. We'll put up a message which says car one wins. Okay. So here, we will put up a message. We will put up a text message which says car one wins. Okay, so the car one has win. What we will have to do, we will have to now reset the value of game over to true. Okay, if this is the first car which is touching this finishing line, its value needs to be reset to true so that, for other car, when this if block is coming, it will not show that other car is also false. So first, say, for example, if this yellow car is touching this finishing line, what will happen? This piece of code will reset the value to true. Game is over. And when the second car is touching this finishing line, this game over is already true. So this condition will not satisfy and it will not print that car 2 wins. Okay. So let me show it to you. What is happening. Okay, so it's clearly car one was a winner and it is showing displaying the correct message. Let me run it again. Yes, this time car two wins. Okay, so stop the car by using the stop behavior command. Decide and take a variable. But this variable you should take at when run. Okay, take a variable to check if the game is over or not. Initialize it to what? False, because initially my game is not over. Okay. Okay, and like this, if game over is equals to false, what we will do, if game over equals to false, print the winning message and set game over equals to true, because now the game has over. I hope you like this session and this game. complete this. I believe you all will be able to complete this with the instructions given. Show me in the next class and we will discuss the queries, etc. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.